Hello everybody, welcome to That's Football. I'm Mark Goldbridge, and is this a big topic for you to get your teeth into? Is Trent Alexander-Arnold betraying Liverpool Football Club by winding his contract down and leaving the club for free to go to Real Madrid? Will he actually go? There's a lot to get into here because, well, look, if you're a Liverpool fan, you might feel he's a bit of a traitor. You might look at it pragmatically and go, he's given a lot to the club. He's got the right to run down the contract if we're not going to pay him what he deserves. So where do you stand on this one? I think there are many ways of looking at this. I mean, I saw Ben Jacobs, the journalist today, was saying something about Trent could stay 3-year contract given the captaincy of the club. Would you want those sort of terms to keep him at the club? What would that mean for Van Dijk? We also hear about he's currently on about 190k a week at the moment. That could go up to 400k at Real Madrid and a huge signing on fee. How do Liverpool compete with that? And if it's coming down to money and Trent wants the money, then he's going to go. Look, the things that I would say straight away is that I don't think there's a definitive answer, which is always the great thing when you're stuck in a football debate. I think this, on the face of it, and we don't have all the information, but on the face of it, I think this comes down to, and there's certainly one thing I think won't happen, which I'll tell you in a minute, but I think this comes down to personal glory against legacy. And if Trent Alexander-Arnold leaves Liverpool at 26 and goes to Real Madrid, his legacy at Liverpool is probably in jeopardy. Not definitely, but probably, because when he retires in 10 years' time, will he have the affection of the Liverpool fan base? Who knows? Somebody like Ian Rush, Steven Gerrard, their legacy at Liverpool is unquestionable and will stay, even though Ian Rush did leave Liverpool. I think he came back, didn't he? And I think people understood why he went, etc. Maybe I'm wrong on Rush, I don't know, but Gerrard certainly. And I think that it just depends on what you are. If Trent Alexander-Arnold wants to go to Real Madrid because they're bigger than Liverpool and he wants to win the Champions League again, and maybe he fancies himself as a massive wage, better status, experience of a different country, maybe an outside chance of winning a Ballon d'Or, I don't know, then that is a player that is chasing his own journey. If he wants to stay at Liverpool and just be part of Liverpool for the rest of his career and go down as a Liverpool great and a legacy, then that's what you do. We're all very different. Some people are motivated by personal glory and pushing themselves and trying to build a legacy as an individual player. And some people want to do that whilst building a legacy in a certain city with a certain club. And I think that's where, if I was a Man United fan and we had, I'm trying to think of a good player that we've had that you wouldn't want to leave that came from the youth setup. I can't use Rashford at the moment because he's not, it's not going well. So let me go back and say, yeah, I think someone like, Ryan Giggs would be perfect, wouldn't it? So if Ryan Giggs at 26 had said, I want to go and play for Real Madrid and I'm going to run my contract down, and we'd had 6-7 years of Giggs and he was just running his contract down, how would I feel as a Man United fan? I would feel betrayed. I would feel betrayed because I'd be like, you're one of us. You've come through this club from a kid. You're a fantastic player. You're at the peak of your powers. You're not 30 and you're not 22. You're at the peak of your powers and you want to run your contract down and go somewhere else. I understand the club is not the fans. I understand Real Madrid's a fantastic club. But it's like with Man United and Amorim at the moment. He's under no pressure because he's speaking to the fans as part of us. And Klopp had that with Liverpool fans, and hopefully other clubs have that with their manager. Fans feel they have a relationship with the player, and I think if Trent goes, he breaks that relationship, doesn't he? And I can sort of understand that from the scenario I've just given there. But from an outsider, as a non-Liverpool fan looking at the Trent situation, I can also see that there's a player there that may have aspirations to always want to go and play for Real Madrid, may have aspirations to want to, earn as much as he can out of the game, and maybe somebody that goes, look, there is that legacy with Liverpool if I stay here for the rest of my career, but that's not going to be enough when I look at the opportunity I've got in front of me to go and have the next 5 years in Madrid doing God knows what, earning God knows what. So you sort of look at it like that. And I suppose it's not new. People say this is what football's all about now. I don't think it is. I think we've had examples of this in the past with players that have forced moves and run contracts down. It's just unique in the sense that it doesn't happen that much with players that have come through their club. And look, it'd be very similar if Saka did it to Arsenal. When Saka's 26, if he ran his contract down to go to Barcelona or Real Madrid, it would be exactly the same because he's come through at Arsenal. And that's what makes this unique. You're talking about a player that's come through the youth setup, has established themselves as one of the best players in the world in their position, and then is going to leave for nothing. And players have left clubs before, but they've gone for something. You know, I'm trying to think. I mean, David Beckham went from Manchester United to Real Madrid. We got a decent-ish transfer fee for it. And it was different circumstances as well. I mean, Sir Alex was more than happy for him to go. This scenario, Liverpool are going to get nothing and they don't want him to go. So it's all on Trent. And I think you've got to take that. And I think that's something that maybe we skirt away from in modern society is accountability. It doesn't make Trent a villain if he goes to Real Madrid. But he has to own it and say that you're not going to get applauded off by everybody. Not every Liverpool fan's going to stand up and go, yeah, well done for doing that. And that's the choice you make, because in life, not every difficult decision is going to be appreciated by everybody. So it's an interesting one. I mean, look, this whole Salah, Van Dijk, Trent thing is interesting not because it's Liverpool and they're top of the league at the moment and the top of the Champions League, but also because you can relate it to your own club. And I think the Trent one's very, very unique because he's going to go for nothing. He's in his peak. He's about to hit his peak years. And Liverpool will get nothing for that. And also, he's a homebred player as well. So it's you expect and you build a different relationship with those types of players. So, but it's conflicted though. I know a few Liverpool fans. I'd say 75% of them are just feeling, that he will ruin his legacy with them and the relationship. And then some of them are sort of like, why has it got into this position and could the club have done more? But then you speak to the people who are saying he's ruining his legacy and they're saying, well, the club can't do any more because he won't negotiate a contract. It's not like we've just woke up on January the 1st and gone, shit, he's out of contract. He won't negotiate a contract. He's put it in a position where he can run it down to see what the options are and then basically say to Liverpool, you've got to give me captaincy, ridiculous wages, or I'm going. And Liverpool can't really do that. They've been wanting to do a contract with him for a while and he won't do it. So over to you. What are your thoughts? One thing I don't think will happen though is I don't think he will go in January for 20 million. I mean, Liverpool might try and do that to try and get some money in over nothing, but I don't think he will do that because Liverpool are top of the league. Liverpool are in the Champions League. And ultimately you would want to win that league. You don't want to go halfway through a season and not win the league, do you? So I don't see that happening. And the power is with the player. So I don't see the player relinquishing the power in January. I just don't see it. Unless somebody at Liverpool says, you're not going to play again for us. You're not going to be part of the team winning the league. In which case he might get forced out. But I don't see it. I don't see it going like that. Anyway, get your comments in. What are your thoughts on this? Very interesting debate. And I'll speak to you on the next one. Take care. Smash a like and subscribe.